Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So our topic for today is the school-based management framework, which serve as cornerstone for empowering school to make decisions that directly enhance teaching and learning. So DepEd, CHED, and other partner agencies advocate school-based management framework no as a strategy for decentralizing authority and promoting shared governance. This approach gives schools more control over planning, no, resource allocation and implementation of programs, ensuring that decisions are responsive to the unique needs of the local community. The discussion will focus on how the school-based management framework strengthens school leadership, no, foster community participation, and aligns with national policies to improve quality education. We will examine its principles, key elements, and practical applications that guide schools in achieving better learning outcomes and ensuring accountability. To lead us in exploring the detailed no, components and benefits of the school-based management framework, let us welcome Ms. De La Cruz, no, who will share here in depth presentation on this important educational strategy. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you po, Doc. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Cristina B. De La Cruz. Together ko po dito sa topic na to is si Ma'am Michelle Ann Burgos. Our topic for today is all about school-based management framework, DepEd, CHED, and other agencies. Ang naka-assign po sa akin, ang i-report ko po is yung school-based management framework under sa DepEd po. Okay, let's start na po. Meron pong policy guidelines on the implementation of the revised school-based management system. Ito po ay DepEd Order number 007 series of 2004. Introduction po. The updating of the policy provides a definitive understanding that SBM is the gateway to school effectiveness. The practice of SBM is the preparation phase in which all schools are given an equitable opportunity to hone their intrinsic motivation to continuously improve. It is through this appreciation of the linkage between SBM and organizational success that schools learn how to endeavor for excellence. Furthermore, the updated guidelines enhance the commitment of education stakeholders to their responsibilities and accountabilities in realizing improved learning outcomes. Sa madaling salita po, ang sinasabi lang po dito sa introduction na ang SBM or yung school-based management is mahalaga dahil ini-empower po nito yung schools to manage themselves effectively, motivates them to keep improving, and then ini-ensure po na lahat po ng tao na involved in education is nagtutulungan or nagwo-work together po para ma-achieve yung better learning results. Next po is yung scope of the policy. All public schools in the Philippines shall adopt and implement the revised guidelines on school-based management. This policy covers the scope of the roles and responsibilities of the school's division offices, regional offices, and the central office in ensuring the institutionalization of SBM in all public schools. Sa scope of the policy po, nire-required po lahat ng public schools in the Philippines na i-follow at i-implement yung revised guidelines on SBM. Yung SBM po or yung tinatawag na school-based management ay isa pong approach na kung saan binibigyan po ng more authority, responsibility, and accountability yung schools in managing their own operations para po ma-improve yung learning outcomes. Sa scope of the policy po, sinasabi dito na hindi lang naman schools yung responsible for SBM, but also po yung mga higher offices po in the Department of Education. Lahat po ng levels dapat nagtutulungan or nagwo-work together po para ma-ensure that yung SBM or yung school-based management is nasusustain, napapractice ba ng maayos in all public schools across the country. And then next po, policy statement. This policy on school-based management is in line with the provisions of the Republic Act RA 9155. As such, schools, their personnel, and community stakeholders are accorded opportunity to collectively plan and decide on their delivery of quality basic education, achievement of learning outcomes, and transformation into effective organizations. Sa policy statement po, ine-emphasize lang dito na ang schools together po with their personnel and community stakeholders is malaki po yung kanilang role in managing and improving yung education system. And then under RA 9155 po, yung decision making is decentralized. Meaning po, tulad nga ng sabi ko po kanina, binibigyan po ng more authority, responsibility yung schools para magplano, mag-implement po, i-monitor yung educational programs and initiatives. And then, ito rin pong policy na to is nagsaserve as an enabling mechanism na kung saan ina-address po yung mga challenges in basic education. Yung effective and efficient implementation po ng SBM or yung school-based management is nakakatulong or nakaka-contribute para po ma-develop yung mga Filipino learners holistically with the 21st century skills. Next po is yung guidelines and procedures. Una po dito yung continuous improvement process. Pag sinabi pong continuous improvement process is a fundamental anchor in SBM that ensure the transformation of all schools into effective organizations. The continuous improvement process nurtures an ideal school culture that promotes school self-reflection, self-management, and self-improvement. Pag sinabi naman pong continuous improvement process, isa po itong paraan or way na kung saan minimake sure na yung school is patuloy bang nag-grow, nag-a-adapt, nagiging better, and then na-describe po to as a fundamental anchor, which means nagsaserve po to as a strong foundations for how schools are managed and improved. Sa ganito pong proseso, yung schools po is nagtatransform into more effective organizations na kung saan mas namimit po yung needs ng students, ng teachers, and the community. And then, nasabi rin po dito yung tatlo, yung self-reflection, self-management, and self-improvement. Pag sinabi pong self-reflection pertains to understanding a school's current situation by describing the roots of issues, concerns, and areas for improvement and identifying responsive courses of action. Pag sinabi pong self-reflection, kumbaga dito mo inaalam yung current condition ng isang schools. For example po, pag merong problema, dito na pumapasok or i-analyze kung saan ba nagsimula yung problema, yung mga challenges, and then yung mga areas po na kailangan pang i-improve. Through self-reflection po, yung mga school leaders, mga teachers, and then yung stakeholders po is ma-identify po nila yung problems clearly, mare-recognize po yung strength and weaknesses, and then mapopromote po yung continuous improvement. In short po, pag sinabing self-reflection, kumbaga, nagsaserve po to as a diagnostic tool para sa mga schools. Kumbaga, ini-ensure po that every step taken, whether in management, teaching, or planning po is grounded in an assessment po. Kumbaga, para po which can lead to meaningful growth and improvement. Pangalawa po is yung self-management. Pag sinabi pong self-management pertains to planning, organizing, leading, and managing resources to ensure the attainment of organizational goals. It also means the ability of schools to continuously learn new ways to support improvement efforts and expand community networks for sustainable partnership. Pag sinabi, pag sinabi naman pong self-management, tungkol po to sa pagpaplano, pag-organize, pagmamanage ng mga resources. And in terms naman po sa school, meaning po yung mga administrators, mga teachers, yung mga staff, gumagawa rin po sila ng plano, nag-organize ng mga tasks, properly po nila ginagamit yung mga available resources para po ma-ensure yung success. Also po sa self-management, na highlights po yung kahalagahan ng continuous learning. Yung schools po dapat palagi pong naghahanap ng mga new strategies and practices para po mas ma-improve pa po yung performance and then yung outcomes. Part din po ng self-management yung makapag-build ng connections with the wider community. By forming partnership po, yung schools is makapag-gain po ng additional support, makapag-share ng mga resources, and makapag-create po ng sustainable networks na kung saan makakapag-contribute po to a long-term growth and improvement. Pangatlo naman po is yung self-improvement. Self-improvement enhances the capacity to address problems, refine processes and procedures, innovate on the delivery of services, and continuously apply effective and efficient practices in school operations. Self-improvement is a purposive approach to initiating educational reforms that aim to enhance learning outcomes as well as strengthen the school capacity for managing change. Sa madaling salita po, pag sinabing self-improvement when it comes sa school, meaning ito rin po yung continuously ka naghahanap ng ways para maging better pa yung sa teaching, managing and supporting learning so that yung education outcomes po is ma-improve and then yung school po is mag-remain adaptable to change. Ngayon naman po is yung mga principles. The SPM as an organization effectiveness framework and the PPSSH as a people effectiveness framework have common and shared principles which are summarized as follows. Una po dito yung learner-centered and inclusive. Learner-centered and inclusive education is needs-based and rights-based learning focus, developmental stage appropriate, gender and culture sensitive, environmentally safe and accessible. Pag sinabi pong learner-centered and inclusive education, meaning ito po yung putting the needs, abilities, and interests of students at the heart of teaching and learning process. And then dapat po nire-recognize natin that each learner is required. And then kapag po sa learner-centered and inclusive education, dapat po yung instruction na ginagamit natin is must be flexible and adaptable. And then sabi po dito sa learner-centered and inclusive education, needs-based and rights-based. Pag sinabi pong needs-based, ito yung pag-respond po natin to what students actually require to succeed. And then pag sinabi naman pong rights-based, ito po yung ini-ensure natin that every child has equal access to quality education. Pangalawa po is yung strategic planning. A network of leadership and governance guides the education system to achieve its shared vision, mission, and goals, making them responsive and relevant to the context of diverse environments. By planning strategically, improvement efforts are made more evidence-based and decisions are well informed with the responsible use of school community data and resources. Sa madaling salita po, pag sinabing strategic planning, kumbaga isa po itong proseso na kung saan yung mga school leaders natin, mga governing bodies is nagtutulungan, nagwo-work together para po makapag-set ng clear vision, mission, and goals para po sa education system. Kumbaga, ito pong idea na to is make sure that yung mga schools po are not just working randomly, but are guided by a plan. Kumbaga, meron po silang mga sinusundan na plano para po mas maayos po nilang nare-respond or mas maayos po nilang tawag dito, nare-response yung mga needs ng mga different students and communities. Next po is leadership and governance. Setting directions is crucial in realizing goals for the benefit of learners. This principle guides internal and external stakeholders in achieving a shared vision, thus making schools responsive to the context of diverse environments. Yung leadership and governance po are essentials in school dahil po nagbibigay sila or nagpo-provide po sila ng direction and then purpose. Kumbaga by setting clear goals po, yung mga school leaders po natin is ini-ensure that yung mga decisions, yung mga actions is nakapokus po sa mga mag-aaral or sa mga learners. Kapag po yung ang lahat is guided by a shared vision, yung schools po is magiging more effective po in addressing yung mga kailangan ng mga estudyante. In other words po, pag sinabing leadership and governance is nakakatulong po sila para makapag-create ng isang learning environment na kung saan yung mga students po can thrive regardless po of their background. Next is yung stakeholder participation. Engaging the community promotes the strengthening of organizational support. Through this principle, collective ownership of improvement efforts is shared between the school and the stakeholders, and collaboration to address concerns is encouraged. The school community organizes, mobilizes, and manages resources to foster a high level of commitment toward achieving improved learning outcomes. Sa stakeholder participation naman po, kumbaga involved dito yung parents, yung mga teachers, students, and the wider community, kumbaga in school activities and decision making. Kapag po yung community is nag-engage, yung school po is makapag-gain ng stronger support and resources. Ito pong principle na to, itong stakeholder participation is ine-emphasize nito yung shared responsibility, yung school, yung mga stakeholders. Kapag po nag-collaborate ng dalawa na to, mas ma-address po yung challenge more effectively, and then mas makakatulong para mas ma-improve yung student learning outcomes. And then last po sa principles is yung excellence. Excellence, this principle focuses on the improvement of people and organizations to support learners in becoming holistically developed individuals. Excellence also applies to the sustained efforts to put in a place effective school practices and efficient processes. Sa excellence naman po, in education po, ibig sabihin po, ito yung pag-guide po natin sa mga estudyante para ma-develop po not just academically, but also ma-develop po sila socially, emotionally, and morally. And then para rin po matulungan natin yung mga estudyante na maging well-rounded individuals. Ngayon naman po, ito yung conceptual framework or yung SBM or yung School-Based Management Conceptual Framework. Andito po yung self-reflecting, self-managing, and then yung self-improving. Ito pong tatlo na to, ito yung pinaliwanag ko po kanina. And then makikita rin po natin yung internal stakeholders and then external stakeholders. And then ito naman po yung dimensions. Merong leadership, curriculum and teaching, learning environment, human resource and team development, finance, and resource management and mobilization, and governance and accountability. Ito pong framework na to yung SBM or School-Based Management Conceptual Framework, pinapakita lang po dito yung active involvement of school community stakeholders in SBM practice. Yung internal stakeholders and external stakeholders po, ino-observe nila yung self-reflection, self-management, and self-improvement to influence yung sustainable development po ng various dimensions of school operations. Kapag po yung mga school dimensions is na-improve, madedevelop po yung mga Filipino learners with the necessary 21st century skills. The following areas in school operations defined as SBM dimensions shall be enhanced to produce ideal Filipino learners and to achieve organizational success. At una po is yung curriculum and teaching. Sa curriculum and teaching naman po, kumbaga ine-emphasize po dito that school personnel such as yung mga teachers, administrators, and stakeholders. Sa stakeholders naman po such as yung mga parents, community members, and education partners is dapat nagtutulungan or nag-work together para po ma-improve yung teaching and learning sa isang school. Yung goal po dito is not only para ma-deliver yung lessons, but to make sure yung curriculum po is relevant, inclusive, and aligned po doon sa learner needs. Next po is yung learning environment. Pag sinabi naman pong learning environment, kumbaga patungkol naman po to sa overall atmosphere, conditions, and support system that surround students in their education. So, kumbaga, in-emphasize din po dito sa learning environment yung learner-centered na kung saan yung teaching and then yung mga activities po is dapat designed around sa students' needs, interests, and abilities. And then, pangatlo po is yung leadership. Pag sinabi naman pong leadership in schools refers to how school personnel and stakeholders are given opportunities to take on meaningful roles in decision making and improvement efforts. Kumbaga po, when they are empowered and actively nag-engage, it means they are trusted, supported, and encouraged to contribute their skills, ideas, and perspectives. And then, yung pang-apat naman po is yung governance and accountability. Kumbaga, sa governance and accountability naman po in school, meaning yung school po and then yung wider community is nagtutulungan or work together para po ma-make sure na ang education is ma-manage in a fair, transparent, and responsible way. And then, panglima po is yung human resource and team development. Pag sinabi pong human resource and team development po, in school, meaning po yung teachers, yung staff, mga administrators is nagtutulungan din, nagwo-work together po para mapanatili or mas ma-improve pa yung skills. Yung goal naman po dito is not just individual growth but also para po ma-strengthen yung overall capacity ng isang grupo. And then last po is yung finance and resource management and mobilization. Pag sinabi naman pong finance and resource management and mobilization, it refers to how school carefully plans, allocates, and uses its financial and material resources. Kumbaga, dito po involve yung pag-ensure that yung mga funds, yung mga facilities, and other resources is properly na ma-manage and napupunta po sa mga programa, sa mga projects, mga activities, and lalo-lalo na dun sa mga bata. And then next naman po is yung roles and responsibilities of the different governance levels, organizing the continuous improvement through the implementation of SBM is a shared goal of the schools and community. SDOs, ROs, and the central office, the following provisions enumerate the roles and responsibilities across governance levels. Una po dito is yung school. Together with its internal and external stakeholders, the school strengthens its intrinsic motivation to continuously improve practices, process, and learning outcomes through the implementation of school-based management. Yung school po working in partnership sa internal stakeholders and then sa external stakeholders is nakapagbi-build po sila ng strong sense of intrinsic motivation. Kumbaga, ito pong motivation na to is para ma-improve yung mga school practices, processes, and overall learning outcomes. Para po ma-achieve ito, yung school po is dapat mag-implement ng school-based management tulad nga po ng sabi ko kanina, yung school-based management, ito yung isang sistema or isang approach na kung saan binibigyan ng authority or inaalaw yung mga schools na mag-decisions, na magplano po. And then, next po is yung School Division Office. The SDO is responsible for providing technical assistance and extending guidance to schools in their process of self-improvement. It is also responsible for ensuring that the results of self-assessment consistently capture the realities of schools. More importantly, the STO shall capacitate its school as they target improvements in the different SBM dimensions. Yung school division offices naman po is nagkikreate or nagmo-mobilize ng isang team na ang pangalan po is Division Field Technical Assistant Team na kung saan inaalaw for a more comprehensive and holistic approach. Kumbaga, ito pong ginawa nilang team is para ma-guide and then ma-assist po yung iba't ibang school. Yung team po is composed of a focal persons coming from the different units. Yung team po nila is led by the school governance and operations division. Kumbaga, sinusuport po nito and ini-improve nito yung SBM dimensions. And then, regional office, the RO is responsible for ensuring that its SDOs are capacitated in providing technical assistance to schools. The RO accesses and evaluates the appropriateness of the technical assistance which SDOs provide. Yung regional offices naman po katulad din ng SDOs is meron din po sila or nag-mobilize din sila ng isang team which is yung Regional Field Technical Assistant Team para naman po ma-guide, ma-assist yung mga SDO. Yung SDO po kanina ang gina-guide or ina-assist is yung mga school. Yung regional office naman po ang gina-guide or ina-assist is yung mga SDO. The team is composed of focal persons coming from the different functional divisions of the RO, and yung team po is led by the Field Technical Assistance Division po. And then, ito pong team na to is continuously rin yung pag-improve dun sa SBM dimensions. And then last po is yung central office. The CO is responsible for directly capacitating and providing technical assistance to its immediate counterparts in the regional offices. Whenever necessary, it shall also accord the same support to the STOs and schools, provided that proper arrangement and coordination have been established with respective regional offices. Yung central office po, through the virtue of human resource and organizational development, school effective divisions, kumbaga sila po yung nagli-lead in the promotion and institutionalization of SBM. Kumbaga, sinusuportin po nila yung process and mechanism across yung mga governance levels. Ayan po, ito po yung references. Ayan po. Thank you po. Ang next naman po na mag-report si Ma'am Michelle Ann Burgos po, katuloy po ng sa akin po sa school-based management framework sa CHED and DESTA naman po. Thank you po.